final day from Dusseldorf brought us all of the action and drama we've come to love at these Invictus Games. Sitting volleyball reached the final stages. We were down at the range for the finals of the Archery. And there was more action from the roads of Dusseldorf, the highlights of some of the cycling races coming up.
There was a fantastic atmosphere in the Merkospiel Arena for the sitting volleyball finals as the mixed team medals were decided. In the bronze medal match, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland met Georgia in what would prove to be a fascinating contest. Team UK started strongly, winning the first point and staying ahead. But as the team in blue got close to the end of the first set, the Georgians responded with some quality play. At set point, a stunning rally and terrific defence from the Georgians, but a brilliant spike from Emmanuel Ekor eventually led to Team UK winning the first 21-15.
And the first set goes to United Kingdom.
Set 2 began differently, with Georgia putting the UK under some early scoreboard pressure. The team in red was finding its rhythm, and this excellent exchange was finished off by Georgi Kobiashvili. At 19-12, the Georgians were close to forcing a decider, but their opponents were not fading. Could they get it over the line? The answer was yes, and a final set beckoned.
Goes to Georgia!
Into set 3, the first to 15, and it was tight. At 14-12, the first match point opportunity was for the Georgians. Two players threw themselves at the ball and all eyes turned to the other side of the net. It was in, and it was Georgia's bronze medal. Georgia take bronze, beating Team UK 15-21, 21-15, 15-12. Now to the gold medal match, and Invictus Games debutants Colombia meeting defending champions Poland. This was another classic. If the Colombians had any trepidation facing the Poles, they didn't show it. At 13-all in the first set, a narrow lead for the Colombians. But Poland would go on to do what they so often do, pull away when the pressure counts. A close first set, won by the defending champions. The Duke of Sussex was in the crowd, celebrating his birthday by watching a terrific sitting volleyball match. Into set 2, and the Colombian fight back was on.
First point of the...
A little scoreboard pressure on the Poles, translated into 2 set points.
Great mark from the captain.
As Darius Segielka went wide, the South American celebrated. Both medal matches would go down to the wire. The start of set 3 and an early advantage to the Poles in this best of 15 contest. The defending champions were pressurising the debutants and opened up a 12-5 lead.
That was a special point.
But a stunning response from the Colombians took it to 14-all. Who would get the crucial match point opportunity? At the net, the decision would go the way of Poland, 15-14 and gold medal point. A dramatic last point, and it was won by the defending champions Poland, who were overjoyed. But nonetheless, a fantastic Invictus Games sitting volleyball debut from the Colombians, winning silver. Poland the champions, 21-16, 18-21, 16-14, as close as it gets. of Sussex, Prince Harry was on hand to award the gold medals. Bronze to Georgia, silver to Colombia and gold to Poland in sitting volleyball at Düsseldorf 2023.
In a big event like that, volunteers, they're the working basis. They're the workforce that make things happen. You know, leadership has great ideas and they want to bring them to life, but you need the volunteers, their hands and their hearts to bring it to life. And this is what our volunteers are doing here. We had registrations from 55 nations over the world. Currently we have still 27 nations covered here. And a lot of them have already experienced the Invictus Games, have heard about the Invictus Games, and that's why they just wanted to be part of it. If you're part of this family, if you are close to the competitors, to the family and friends, or just if you're part of this whole awesome event, that will win your heart. So you will have a lot of social aspects that are not hard, that's not payment, it's nothing that you can really grab. It's emotions, it's feelings, it's friendships.
We're a family, and I just want to give back as much as I can to these amazing servicemen and women. And yeah, we are a family, we are an Invictus family, and I just want to give a small amount of my time back to them and thank them for everything they've given to us. It's amazing. We have volunteers who've never been to the Games before, and you can see they're a little bit nervous, they're a little bit unsure. Don't be. You've got volunteers who've been here before. As I said before, we're a family, we will help you. They will go away with a sense of pride.
I absolutely love everything I've experienced here. The other volunteers, the family and friends, the athletes, everybody here is absolutely amazing. They all come here with absolutely only positive mindset, and it was only enjoyable talking to everyone and meeting everyone. I believe everybody that is open-minded, ready to meet new people, should absolutely apply because it's really just a lot of fun. I experienced so many things that I wouldn't have experienced elsewhere. And yeah, it's really just like everything I have experienced as a new volunteer has just been so nice, and everybody's so friendly. I don't know why I wouldn't apply. There's no other way.
We are Invictus!
In the men's IREB2 criterium final, the USA's Garrett Kuwada was leading, but he let his fellow countryman Christian Vega come through in the last 200 metres to win the gold medal. Kuwada knew his teammates' impairment was greater and sacrificed gold for his friend.
He is. He's telling Vega to move on. Between Christian Vega will be the Invictus Games champion in the IREB2. Love it. Absolutely love it. That is brilliant. Garrett Kuwada telling Christian Vega, you take your son, all yours. And he films him cross the line on his own GoPro, which he's carrying for 6 miles around the course. What a moment. Take home with us after almost 6 days of action. Games champions crowned.
The USA has brought a strong cycling team to the Invictus Games, and in the men's IREB1 criterium final, it was between Gregory Kwals of the United States and Benjamin Thies of Germany and Ariel Mariash from Israel. Australia's Andrew Tebbett, also a contender for the gold medal.
The men's IREB1 and the men's IREB2. number 818, Garrett Kawada.
Kelly McVitie of the UK and the USA's Jamie Lopez, Jessica McCann-Revert and Sarah Rockhold were all going in the women's event. There was support for all the competitors around the course on the roads of Dusseldorf in dry and warm conditions. Germany's Thies was looking powerful early on, as was the United Kingdom's Kelly McVitie in the women's event, but all competitors were thoroughly enjoying the experience. Towards the end, two competitors were out in front in the men's race, Thies and Gregory Quarles of the USA, before Quarles edged ahead to secure the gold medal for the United States.
The silver for Benjamin Tice.
The UK's Kelly McVitie took victory in the women's race. The effort was there for all to see as the competitors made for the finish line. Jessica McCann-Revert won silver in the women's event, Jamie Lopez of the USA with bronze. Ariel Mariash of Israel relished his contribution at these Invictus Games as he crossed the line in third position for the bronze medal in the men's event.
Last year again, this year. And Christian Vega. The two Americans, only one of them. Pin badges, stickers, clothing. Get your hands on some for you and family and friends.
Seventeen competitors started in the men's IRB3 criterium final. The United Kingdom had 5 competitors in this race and were fancied for a clean sweep of the medals. The group were leading the way until Frenchman Timothy attacked early and very much held his own until the finish.
France, Germany, Romania. Denmark represented.
It's rare that one rider from one country is able to beat all 3 from another country. Timothy's delight as he crossed the finish line was in evidence for all to see. So gold for Timothy and France, silver for the UK's Robert Grantham, and bronze went to Ben Gallagher, also of the United Kingdom.
The Frenchman has done it. He took off. There's just one day left.
My name's Adam Mott. I'm a bomb disposal officer in the New Zealand Defence Force. My chosen sports are wheelchair basketball, wheelchair rugby, table tennis, rowing and archery. I was selected for previous games, but because I needed some surgery, I had to pull out, so this is my first game. I feel really honoured that I can participate, not only for myself, my own personal journey, but for Team New Zealand and to be part of the bigger Invictus family. What makes this really special is the fact that we've got people that have had their own personal journey. They've come together in teams, so it's about, for us, a whānau, a family. We've come to the games as a team and then to join the rest of the teams. And you've got a group of people that probably wouldn't have had this opportunity to compete at this level or even compete at all for some people. So we're getting back some of the things that were taken away from us with our injuries, answer the most complex questions in the most dire situations, and we're put in a lot of danger. And there's a lot of injuries. So I've been shot 3 times, blown up 6. There was a particular incident in Afghanistan in 2010 where I was caught up in an incident where I fractured my skull, I broke my neck in 2 places, I shattered my mid-spine at the T10, 11, 12, broke my shoulder, my wrist, my knee, and was required to get out of that situation, walking a few kilometres till I was medevaced to a hospital in Kabul, and then to Bagram and then to Germany, and it was a long road home. So I've got multiple injuries that cause a huge amount of pain. But I survived, and it's been a long road to recovery, and this is a really big part of that recovery, because even though I was fixed up medically, there was still a lot of things, there was still a lot of time and things that were taken away. So even though well, stabilised would be a better word. A lot of the injuries were stabilised. There was still a big vacuum in my life where the sports and the social connection used to be. Despite the injuries, all of us, because it's about the team, we all want to continue with a normal life, whatever normality looks like after you've suffered challenges and tragedy. So we strive for normality, and I think that's one of the things that Invictus has given us more of. I think every member of our team and all the other teams participating, there was a little void in their lives. And can't play this. And this gives us the opportunity to get back and build some of that self-worth, but through the team. This is not about individuals. People will compete individually, and I'm one of those people in archery, but it is about the team.
Archery closes off the Invictus Games 2023, and starting with the women's novice recurve gold medal match. It was Yulia Shevchuk of Ukraine who led France's Marie-Cécile Boeuf 4-0 after 2 very close first rounds. Under the pressure, Boeuf upped her game and pulled off a perfect 10. It was then over to Shevchuk to respond with what was to be the final arrow, as she delivered the score needed to seal the gold medal. Marie-Cécile Boeuf leaving on the high of that final shot, taking the silver, and Yulia Shevchuk victorious for Ukraine. And next on the range was Poland's Tomasz Jajewski, who faced Bob Tarup of Denmark. Consistent archery from both and 2 close first rounds completed saw Jajewski leading 4-0. However, Tarup was lying equal in the third round with a final arrow, hoping to take it to another round. With a 7 to beat, Jajewski kept his focus to finish with a 9 and do enough to wrap it up. Gold for Poland, and Bob Tarup taking the silver. Celebrations all round for Tomasz Jajewski and his team. On to the women's open recurve gold medal match, and Jessica Garcia of the USA had work to do going into the 4th round. With her final arrow to go, she trailed by a small margin to France's Catherine Denery. Denery, with the advantage of knowing the score she had to beat, kept her cool and finished with a shot in the red. It was celebrations for the French team again as Catherine Denery won the gold ahead of USA's Jessica Garcia. And the men's gold medal match for the open recurve came down to Romania's Iuliana Capetina and UK's Gareth Fuller. With nothing separating them going into the 5th round, the final arrow was to be the decider. With still so little in the score between the competitors, a closer inspection of the targets was required. After much suspense, the higher score was eventually awarded to Gareth Fuller, and therefore a gold for UK. Iuliana Capetina and his team celebrated the silver in what was the closest match of the session. And the open compound women's gold medal match was an all-American affair, with Fahima Boston-Ali facing her fellow countrywoman Tiffany Hudgens. Hudgens found herself with a score sitting just behind Boston-Ali with her final arrow remaining. Hudgens then had to stand and watch as Boston-Ali held her composure and sealed the victory. One thing was for sure, it was going to be a USA 1-2, the gold going to Fahima Boston-Ali and the silver to Tiffany Hudgens. And as the sun was setting on the open compound men's gold medal match, Tom Grunwald of Germany sighted for his final arrow of the competition. It was then over to Ukraine's Pavlo Duchkiv and his final shot at the target to determine who would be crowned the winner. It was a nail-biting end to this competition, with Ukraine coming out on top. Pavlo Duchkiv cinched the gold medal ahead of Tom Grunwald, who finished with the silver.
And we leave you now with some of the best bits from the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games 2023. Eurovision's Sam Ryder dazzled the crowd with his performance.
To be one. We've all witnessed the true impact sport has had on your recovery and on your post-traumatic growth. But you will never truly know the impact that your actions this week have had on millions of people around the world. You have opened people's hearts through your vulnerability, through your resilience, and through your sheer abilities. You have shown us that joy can emerge from struggle, and for that, we are eternally grateful. Yesterday, I met with Master Corporal James Gendron from the Canadian team in the Invictus 2025 tent. James, where are you? While we were chatting, I noticed bagpipes lying on the floor in the far corner. Some of you may know what bagpipes mean to me, so I couldn't help but hope that they'd be played. Little did I know that 30 minutes later, it would be James picking them up and offering to play. Yet I had no idea what they meant to him. Nor did I know what memories they triggered for him. In Afghanistan, he played 63 ramp ceremonies for 63 caskets, for 63 souls, for 63 families. For 4 years after that last ceremony, he couldn't touch them. This week, he wasn't even sure whether he could bring himself to play them. But he did. What had once haunted him, dare I say it, may now be what helps heal him. Thank you, James, for your service, for your courage, and for sharing your gift. Thank you so much for the reception and the respect that you have given every single competitor and their family and friends. You have raised the bar here. How much higher can we go in Canada? I'll see you there. Thank you.
And international superstar Rita Ora raised the roof of the Merkur Spiel Arena.